Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody guys, let's take a look at the crypto market as usual on the Mondays. So on the Bitcoin market we see that in the recent 4 sessions, actually mostly the whole previous week, the price action stands really flat and very tight range here is forming, and on the daily chart it reminds the pennant pattern. This is bearish pennant because it has formed after the drop. Tight consolidation, and at least by the classical technical analysis it should lead to some another leg down. So strictly following the classical approach, downward action should be equal to the mast of the flag. So this is the mast, so it means the downside should be approximately the same distance. Well, currently I don't know whether this really will be completed, so where the market will shows direct leg down right to the 30% support that we have specified previously at 46.80. But anyway, overall situation looks like the reaction on this resistance and two grabbers is not finished yet. Take a look. First of all, this low stands a bit higher than this one, and it means that grabbers are still valid and market hasn't quite reached this level yet. Also, on the daily chart, as we said, we are watching for a 30% level because this is the minimum requirement targets for regardless triple to sell. If we would suggest that market should show at least the minimum reaction on the regardless triple two, sometimes these patterns lead to major reversals, but in most cases they lead to some retracement, and minimal retracement that usually happens after the triple two sell is forming. And was formed. This is 30% pullback. So that's actually what we are watching for on the daily chart on the Bitcoin. Speaking on some fundamental moments, yesterday I read that the net speculative position becomes a bit greater to the downside. So the bearish position has been increased by the Reuters report. So if it was last week 1,034 contracts on short side, now it stands approximately at 1,430 contracts. So 400 contracts have been added on the short side of the market. I'm sure that these numbers do not represent the overall market because the distance too small, and this has relation to only on the exchange traded bitcoins. But still, they work as an indicator that the overall position has become a bit more bearish, speculative position. Speculators increased the short position here. Also, guys, maybe I have a bit too traditional view on the markets, but on the Bitcoin market, I really have doubts on this recent rally just because of lack some background for this rally. So I do not see that overall blockchain technology and the Bitcoin in particular has moved on to some higher level of degree. So I do not see some new tools or instruments, financial assets that demand trading and investing only in Bitcoin market. So what factors really show us that demand for the Bitcoin should increase significantly? There is no some new spheres of the business or something that demand exceptionally the Bitcoin to be invested that could trigger the demand for the cryptocurrency. Besides, it's a lot of different cryptocurrencies, altcoins are trading that has actually the same features. Speaking on the transfers on wire transfers. So, and that really hesitated me a bit. So, and I have some doubts on this recent rally. So I do not see real factors that could set us definitely yes, that is indeed serious driving factors that definitely will demand for Bitcoin, because these some spheres of investing can't be served without the Bitcoins, or maybe some trading financial assets could appear that demand exceptionally trading with the Bitcoin, but I do not see it. And that really put the shadow on this rally. So what's the background of this actually rally that we see? Because as our last report shows, it's no really big shift in the fundamental background on Bitcoin has happened. And in these circumstances, as we said previously, only time will show what really is going on. And currently, as you can see, market shows the pullback. So currently, it looks like the pullback, but what step will be next, we will see. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we're mostly watching for the same technical picture, guys. We have the potential hand shoulders pattern. And if you remember, we said that that will be the moment of truth, because that's invalidation point of the hand shoulders. If market will break it up and start moving back above the head, it will tell us that market indeed is bullish and we should ready for further upward breakout. As you know, to the upside, we've talked about the 65 even area and potentially to the 85 area. But if market will fail to break this area and will keep hand shoulders valid, we should be ready for at least A, B, C reaction to the downside. That will be 45 even target. This is minimal target, but hand shoulders could become the pattern that will trigger the continuation of the major tendency on the Bitcoin that currently stands bearish. Speaking on the shorter term perspective, overall price action with the hand shoulder stands perfect. So market also has not quite reached the target of our 3-drive sell pattern, if you remember. This is the lows between the second drive and the third drive, and that target has not been hit yet. Taking into consideration strong collapse on Monday, chance that this target will be hit are not really bad. So probably this will happen. Besides, we have the pennant on the daily chart. Here on the 4-hour time frame chart, this price action reminds me the bearish dynamic pressure. Because take a look, market mostly stands flat, but trend turns bullish, and market here is forms lower tops. It means that here we could get another downward continuation, at least back to the neckline. So that's what we'll keep an eye on in nearest sessions. Speaking on the hand shoulders in general, so you can see that it develops pretty nice, because take a look, upward action slower than the downward action. Downward action stands really faster, especially this is visible on the head. So this is flat action, here is big collapse and fast action. This is good for the hand shoulders pattern. So as you can see, our major substance stands in place. Now we're watching for reaching of the neckline or something around 49 area, and then we will keep an eye on the forming of the right arm, and especially in the top of the shoulder, and what really will happen there.